Part 348. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3471. Fang Fan. What are you dreaming about? Toads are starting to want to eat swan meat? Do you think a toad can eat swan meat? Fang Fan glanced at Bai Piao, then shrugged. Ah. Sure. A toad can eat the meat of a shot swan. Bai Piao's expression gradually became lewd. Needless to say, there must be a mystery in these words. I don't know what's wrong with this guy recently, but he starts messing around every now and then. Yu Wengsu, who was not far away, continued to have bad luck. It takes a few knocks to take a step. For such a small distance, it took 5 or 6 minutes abruptly, which was really a fool. In the distance, Cao Man, the young lord of the bright god city, was so angry that his body trembled. Damn it, what a piece of trash. What a shame. Let you go over and fan someone, is that all you need? Die before leaving school? Make yourself into such a bleak posture first. Who the hell is this shit for? Is it inexplicably very sand sculpture? Cao Man took a few breaths, and the veins on his forehead popped out. Finally waited until this waste passed. He was about to get close to that Fang Fan. I can slap my ears. Fight, fight. You represent the majesty of this young master. You're embarrassing, and I will be embarrassing too. Cao Man secretly prayed in his heart, gnashing his teeth, followed by a full-scale gathering, and the whole person was in a state of full-scale explosion. Yu Wengsu also seemed very excited. After going through 99 and 81 difficulties, finally stood in front of Fang Fan. Why is this guy motionless? Yes. The army of the city lord's mansion is overwhelming. He must have been scared stupid, right? Ah. He. Isn't this fool? What is in front of him now is a dead end. Thinking of this, Yu Wengsu suddenly felt unobstructed. Let everything come to an end. Thinking so far, the idea exploded to the extreme. Yu Wengsu raised his hand, and then slapped him viciously. Click. Suddenly, there was a sound of bones breaking, and his hand was suspended in the air for a long time, and then he retracted it with a flushed face. Ah! Hand, my hand. Broken. It hurts. Ah! Yu Wengsu roared heart-piercingly, and whispered in surprise. That's it? It seems that I haven't done it yet. He raised his hand, and he broke the bone first. Is there still such a thing to play? Are you playing so cute now? Inexplicably has a very strong sense of sand sculpture. Puff, I usually don't laugh unless I can't help it. This time I really can't help it. Damn, this painting style, strong. Slapping the air can break your own bones. What kind of scarecrow is this? Is this guy here to be funny? Are these shrimp soldiers and crab generals raised in the city lord's mansion? Tisk, this sensory impact is very strong. Laughed, really laughed. Don't even talk, I'll go, my stomach, laughing. The city lord's mansion is just a joke. It's true, they are here to perform juggling. Brothers, hurry up and give these entertainers a round of applause. There were more exclamations from each of them, and the devilish laughter was endless. At this moment, it seems that he doesn't know what to say, and has completely fallen into a state of despair. The sand sculpture wind gathers in the heart, just this, it is nothing. Waste. Roll. Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, had a cold face, and then kicked Yu Wengsu aside. It's really a shame to throw it home. This face can be torn directly, no more. Roll. Young city lord, I did not do it on purpose. The demon technique, is the demon technique that Fang Fan cast. Yes. It must be so. Young city master, you must be the master for me. It's all because of him. Young city master, you must not let him go this time. Young city lord, beat him to death, beat him to death. Avenge me, revenge. Yu Wengsu's face turned completely green, and at this moment he was wheezing, and his mentality was completely cracked. I don't want to say. Autistic. You don't need to say this. Waste. Cao man couldn't help but kicked Yu Wengsu again to vent his dissatisfaction. At the same time, the trembling of his body also increased, and his mentality exploded a little. It seems so terrible. Kneel down. Cao man stepped forward, with a cold face, then said arrogantly. Fang Fan. Here comes another sand sculpture. Can you change the lines a little bit? Either hit, or get out. Why so much nonsense? Fang Fan then shrugged. The feeling in this aspect is too real. Nothing. How dare you speak to Master Ben like that? Sure enough, I'm courting death. This young master will fulfill your wish, twist your head off and kick it as a ball. Cao man gradually lost his mind, as if he was about to attack. Young city master, I advise you to think twice before acting. According to my experience, generally 80% of students who fight Fang Fan die. The remaining 20% are also disabled. Cherish life, stay away from student Fang Fan. You'd better, step back. This is also an explanation for your life safety. If you keep doing this, I'm really afraid that you won't know how to die when the time comes. Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy of Guangming University, sighed with emotion, and his eyes shifted slightly as he spoke. This is really earnestly exhorting. How can ordinary people talk about these bells and whistles? Gao Song was also afraid that Cao man would die at the gate of Guangming Academy, which would cause trouble for Guangming Academy. As soon as Gao Song said it, he made Cao man very angry. What's the meaning? Look down on Ben Xiao? You don't need to take care of it. Dean Gao Song, I advise you not to meddle in your own business. I will kill this kid today. Whoever dares to stop will die. 4b. Stop this old guy for me, he is so noisy. As soon as Cao man said a word, a figure in a white robe flew over from a distance, and he saw that his hair was like silver threads, extremely white. But that face looked strangely young, about 30 years old. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu. It's him. Extreme Supreme Saint Realm exists. It is said that with a Jade Blood Sword, he even fought a dozen moves against a semi-god realm powerhouse. Although he was defeated in the end. But the combat power is already there. It is said that the Jade Blood Sword has retired, and no one knows where it is. I didn't expect that it was the Lord Cao Tang. I didn't expect that Cao man came prepared this time. With the Jade Blood Sword, that Dean Gao Song may not be able to intervene. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3472. The amazed people around couldn't help but increase, and gradually, some obvious speculations began to emerge. That Fang Fan is probably going to be cold. The strength of the city lord's mansion is too strong. This Fang Fan can be regarded as the pride of a generation, but it's a pity that he was born at an untimely time. Well, there is no way to do this. If you offend an existence like Cao man, can you not die? Pity. The exclamations gradually increased, and even Gao Song felt a bit of pressure after the Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu appeared. The Jade Blood Sword directly pressed Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, obviously not wanting him to be involved in this dispute. Gao Song smiled wryly, and couldn't help shaking his head. Really are? Why? Sadly. I tried desperately to keep you alive, but you kept dying. Heaven's evil is still alive, but self-inflicted evil is not enough. Gao Song looked at Cao Man and couldn't help sighing. Then Gao Song opened his mouth and looked at Fang Fan. Student Fang Fan, no matter how hateful this guy is, but he is, after all, the young city lord. So on this matter, can we discuss it again? You don't care how you beat him, but you must give him a breath. Student Fang Fan, you must be patient. Gao Song wiped the cold sweat off his forehead, and then hurriedly said. Fang Fan smiled helplessly. What can he do with this? The words have come to this point, if he refuses directly, wouldn't he directly slap Dean Gao Song in the face? Although Fang Fan didn't have much contact with Dean Gao Song, Fang Fan admired his character very much. I try my best. Fang Fan shrugged and replied immediately. Call. Hearing Fang Fan's reply, Gao Song was immediately relieved, and seemed less nervous. Brother Fang Fan's undefeated myth is so strong that even Dean Gao Song believes it. President Gao Song is sure that Brother Fang Fan can beat the Cao Man. Gui Sha walked over from the side, and while talking, he couldn't help but sighed. Ah! It can only be said that Dean Gao Song is still very discerning. But I believe in Brother Fang Fan very much, but the other party is also very powerful. Brother Fang Fan, don't act rashly. Zhou Qiuyao swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and then couldn't help but glance forward, and immediately gasped. Good guy. The Holy One has seen 7 or 8 of them. Many of them are high-ranking saints. Although Cao Man is a dude, he is indeed a real middle-ranking saint. In comparison, Fang Fan is only in the 4-star sanctuary realm. It seems that there is really no comparison. I also felt a little overwhelmed at first. But Fang Fan rushed out without hesitation, which shows that he has already planned it. Hey, this kid is getting more and more mysterious now. Anyway, I am getting more and more incomprehensible, and I don't know what trump card he is holding. Now even I won't reveal it. Bai Piao's gaze couldn't help but sized Fang Fan up several times, and he was more or less curious at the moment. There are several saints, how to deal with this? The Deputy Palace Master is still in retreat. Master Uncle Ji is also retreating. The rest of the tutors of the Guangming Academy basically had an attitude of nothing to do with themselves, and they were afraid of offending the city lord's mansion, so they didn't dare to do anything. In such a situation, how to break the game? Boy! No one can protect you now, let's see how crazy you are. Cao Man snorted coldly, glanced at Chu Sisi and concubine Xiang who were beside Fang Fan, and his body trembled unnaturally. So beautiful. And it's someone else's woman, so possessive. Cao Man Zhou's aura erupted directly, and just when he was about to reach Fang Fan, a hurricane suddenly swept over. Roar! Keel Whale Hide has long been waiting by the side. After the Holy Thunder Tribulation, he is already a middle-level saint, which is the same as the Cao Man in terms of cultivation. As for combat power, then it will be crushed instantly. They are not in the same order of magnitude at all. Going up is a wave of crushing. Crushed to the extreme. The keel whale is an ancient existence that has lived in the disaster god's underground palace for millions of years. His own blood and talent have already been pushed to the extreme. And its own defense is also extremely strong. Back then, even the demigod level Tian Li only scratched him a little bit. Naughty animal. You want to be rampant in front of this young master. The divine sword in my hand can cut you in two. Cao Man showed pride on his face, and immediately made a gesture to kill him directly. Keel Whale Hate's face gradually showed a playful look, and he didn't take it seriously at all, and his expression was even more sarcasm. In terms of strength, the keel whale instantly crushed Cao Man. Cao Man's sword pierced the scales of the keel whale, leaving only an inconspicuous white mark, unable to even break through the defense. But at this moment, the keel whale slammed its tail, and Cao man threw himself on the spot, limp on the ground, his body trembling. Ah! It hurts, it hurts. Bastard! Sinister! How dare you hurt me? Die! Must die! The corners of Cao man's mouth twitched violently, his breathing also became rapid, his facial expression was extremely cold, and at this moment, his mentality has completely exploded. Endless disgust struck, and resentment filled the sky. But after the battle just now, he also knew that the keel whale was not easy to deal with, so naturally he would not go to the court to seek abuse in person at this moment. You bastards, don't you just watch me being beaten? Ah! Can't you just move? What's the use of raising you? All listen to the order. Kill! Kill me! Slaughter this evil animal for this young master. Kill this Fang Fan. Kill! Kill them all! Cao man rubbed his teeth, and the trembling of his body gradually increased, followed by his breathing became much faster. When I first came here, maybe I was a little rational, and I just wanted to come here to do something. But now, all sanity has completely disappeared. It was replaced by indignation from the bottom of my heart. The endless desire to kill is gathering, wanting to kill everything in front of him completely. Thousands of city guards gathered around and blocked the street at the entrance of Guangming Academy. The scene was once huge. The crowd who had been watching the excitement also quickly evacuated and scattered like birds and beasts. Watching the fun is watching the fun, but you can't put your life on the inside. It's interesting. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3473. A wicked smile appeared on the corner of Fang Fan's mouth, and then he walked out in big strides, with endless energy bursting out of his whole body. Husband. Soldiers, too many soldiers. These are all the elites of the city guards of the Bright God City, these are all existences above the 3-star sanctuary realm. Why don't we avoid it? There are still a few saints in here. Husband. Concubine Xiang took a deep breath, then hurriedly urged aside. From the perspective of Concubine Xiang, the main thing is to be safe and avoid any accidents. Don't worry, I know what's going on. Let's have a quick kill today. It just so happens that I haven't exploded a card for a long time. Kill a batch, but also pick up a batch of cards and star cores, why not do it? Fang Fan smiled silently, and then his thoughts gradually followed. Satan, lead the God's Lair demon army to launch an attack. I want to see the first show of the God's Lair demon army. Fang Fan ordered silently. Obey my lord. Satan, the leader of the god-killing demon legion, had his eyes lit up, and then flapped the wings on his back, leading the other 6 god-killing demons into the sky in an instant. The god-killing blades in their hands are shrinking. Whoosh! The figure of the god-killing demon is not very real, it seems to disappear in an instant. What the hell? Cao man glanced at the attack of the god slaughter demon, subconsciously frowned. After all, the appearance of these god-killing demons billowing with black energy really has some impact. But soon Cao man discovered that the city guards had not suffered any losses at all. This group of weird-looking existences seems to be so lonely. That's it? Ah! I laughed, I really laughed. It's nothing. Beautiful fists and embroidered legs. Superior. Go on. Cao man became more and more arrogant. But soon, the look on his face changed. The soldiers of the city guards lined up in the front are collapsing to the ground without any chance. Slice after slice. Swipe to the ground. This picture looks really visually impactful. What are you doing down? Greedy about life and afraid of death. Get up. Get up for Ben. Who allowed you to fall? Hateful. Extremely hateful. What the hell is this? If you don't get up again, I will deal with it according to the military law, and kill them all. Cao Man's heart was already on fire at this moment. Seeing this scene, his heart suddenly died, and he felt endless rage, and his rage was boundless. Small, young city lord. They seem to be dead, all dead, no life breath. Good on. The messenger who went up to check was stunned when he came back. At this moment, his body also became limp in an instant, his mentality exploded to the extreme, and his brain also hummed. The mentality exploded, and it completely exploded. This is playing with a hammer. Died. What's going on? What's going on? You bastard, how dare you lie to me? These people didn't even have a wound on their bodies, so why did they die? Could it be that the real body came into the world and wiped them out directly? Snapped. Clap clap. The more Cao Man thought about it, the more angry he became, and then he began to beat him wantonly. Young city lord, it seems that he is really dead. Just now I went up and stabbed it with a knife, but my body didn't respond. Young city master, there is definitely a problem here. Yu Wangsu went up to feel it, and his mentality was completely cracked. While talking at the moment, I couldn't help panting. Yes, it's the black shadows just now. Yes. Those people with black wings. They just came and wandered around, and then our soldiers died quietly. It's their fault. Young city lord, that Fang Fan must have ordered it. You must not let him go. You must kill him on the spot. Yu Wangsu's eyes lit up, and then he yelled loudly, and Ao Hungbi was so excited. Killing people invisible. This is the means of the true God. Is he a real God? Yu Wangsu, what kind of opponent did you provoke labor and management? Snapped. Cao Man picked up Yu Wangsu's sleeve, dragged him to the side, and then couldn't help but slapped Yu Wangsu with his big mouth. Hearing that crisp sound can make my heart feel a little better. Damn stuff. Just finished gasping. You, young city master, this has nothing to do with me. I don't know why this group of people with black wings are so weird. But it's okay. There are only a few people with black wings. We have a chance, and we still have a chance. The chance is great. Young city lord, it's a blessing in disguise, maybe we can arrest this group of people with black wings, and then recruit them for our own use. At that time, these people will be the personal guards of the young city lord. Young city master, this is a great thing. Yu Wangsu's eyeballs rolled, and then he started talking nonsense. But Cao Man really believed what Yu Wangsu was talking about. It can only be said that these two people are indeed a match made in heaven. Press it. Squeeze them all over. Don't worry about those who rely on black wings, kill Fang Fan directly. Snort. No matter how weird this person with black wings is, so what? After all, there are only a few of them. Can it pose any threat to our tens of thousands of city guards? Go. Come on. Pass down the order of the young master of the city. Anyone who kills Fang Fan will be rewarded with 100 high-grade star cores. The officer will be promoted to 3 ranks. The young master of the city will personally accept him as his personal guard. Go. Go straight up. This young master has a lot of rewards. All participating warriors will be rewarded. When this battle is over, everyone will issue star cores. If you don't move forward, don't blame this young city lord for being ruthless. Kill them all. Kill them directly. Who dares to retreat? This young master will kill him directly. Cao Man licked his lips, and then began to seduce tactics. It is necessary to show both kindness and power, so that this group of big soldiers can work hard for you. Obviously, his method still has some effect. Thousands of soldiers of the city guards of Guangming God City began to stab forward little by little. As for the dozens of hundreds of soldiers who were killed by the god-slaying demon army, they seemed a bit insignificant. The god-killing demon directly obliterated the souls of those soldiers. So they died quietly. Actually, the moment the god-killing demons approached them, their minds and souls were already extinguished, and they were already in a state of death. However, due to the inertia of the body, I can still maintain the sprinting action for a few seconds. After a few seconds, because the body is not dominated by the soul, it will directly collapse on the spot. It's interesting. The God-killing Devil Legion is really good. Divine System of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3474. Boy Fang Fan, stop messing around there. Come up. I go. Hurry up and hang on. Damn it, the gate of Guangming Academy has been closed, and those bastards are completely shameless in order to protect their own safety. Bai Biao gritted his teeth, and couldn't help roaring aside. While talking, his eyes swept around, looking for a chance to slip away now. At the very least, we have to wait until this bloody battle is over. Sanctuary Silver Dragon Knight Legion. Seraph Legion. The Titan Warrior Legion. 6 heroes block in front. Yellow Turban Sanctuary Warlock Legion, Spell Suppression. Low Heavy Machine Gun Corps. Direct Bombardment. Show up some momentum. Counterattack directly. Strike back with all your strength. Fang Fan's indifferent voice came out, and while he was talking, his cold eyes scanned the surrounding area. The matter has come to an end, and it is useless to talk. At the end of the battle, everything will be revealed in front of you. Obey my lord. The top 10 armies heard the news and took the initiative. 6 heroes, including Pixiu and 5 pets, fight each other. In this large-scale group battle, in fact, the low-heavy machine gun corps has always been the most eye-catching. Once the war starts, the surrounding atmosphere will be pushed to the extreme. The endless chilling feeling swept over, inexplicably making people feel frightened. Fire! Bayless, the leader of the low-heavy machine cannon legion, snorted, and then took the lead in holding the heavy machine gun and pulling the trigger. Boom! Boom! There was a crackling sound, and the surrounding atmosphere was directly overwhelmed to the extreme. The breath of death swept over, inexplicably making people feel a sense of surging in the depths of their hearts. 12 low-heavy machine gunners pulled the trigger at the same time. The heavy cannons in their hands began to shoot out eye-catching flames. In an instant, 12 shells with a diameter of 20 centimeters fell into the crowd of the city guards. What the hell? Still on fire? This. Naturally, it was the first time they had seen such a novelty as a machine gun. At this moment, their eyes widened, they seemed particularly curious, and they seemed extremely surprised. But before they reacted, the 12 cannon shells had already exploded. Boom! Rumbling! Boom! It exploded suddenly, virtually shaking people's brains. In a radius of tens of meters where the cannon shell exploded, it directly turned into a sea of flames. In the sea of flames, everything was completely destroyed. Most of the city guards who were within the bombardment range were directly bombed into wreckage. A small number of people who can survive their lives are basically missing arms and legs. After all, the current low-heavy machine gun corps is an 8-star peak sanctuary realm corps. The power of the low-heavy machine guns they released can naturally reach the 8-star peak sanctuary realm. That is to say, except for the powerful Saint, basically none can escape the full-scale bombardment of this law machine gun. So what if these city guards are elite? The so-called elites are actually existences above the 3-star sanctuary realm. Among them, there are only a few powerful saints. These city guards are scared. Gradually followed timid. At this moment, his body was trembling, and his mentality immediately exploded. As for the other ones that are there or not, they are naturally not that important. It's nothing, and I don't care about anything. So be it. Then, the fireball will explode. It's so powerful, it's the same as those thunderballs. Run, run out towards the surroundings. I can't bear it anymore, I can't bear it anymore. Run, run quickly. It's cold, this wave is really cold. CAO, how did I become like this? As expected of being a student of Guangming Academy, this method is amazing. Don't carry it hard, you can't beat it. There were more sounds of panic, and many soldiers of the city guards had already retreated. Of course, it doesn't hinder the existence of some iron-headed people, but they seem to be very excited at the moment. I'm afraid of a hammer. I'm too familiar with this kind of attack, so I just shivered like that. When the shivering is over, it will end with it. I don't need to care about the rest at all. Yes, yes, this is indeed the truth. So, don't worry about being afraid. Anyway, the dangers that should come have been combined, and now our opportunity has come. What you said really makes sense. Take off directly. Kill Fang Fan. The young city lord will reward you with 100 star cores, and you will be promoted to 3 ranks. Hey! We won't have to worry about it in the future when we are in favor of the young city lord. The voices of discussion gradually increased. But such illusions were soon shattered. Basically, after a few seconds, more than a dozen shells will fall, and then a sea of blood will explode. Again and again. The mentality of these city guards has been completely blown apart. Can't play anymore. Collapsed. Completely collapsed. A few minutes later, the streets in this area had been bombed empty, and the tens of thousands of city guards were basically bombed one after another. Damage, more than half. Those invincible fighting spirits from the beginning are about to be gathered back at this moment. No amount of rewards can awaken their fighting spirit. My life is about to be completely terminated, so what's the use of those fancy things? Run, 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 I can't fight, I really can't fight. Grass, what the hell are those people holding in their hands? Huh, terrible, terrible. Run away now, there is still a chance. Young city lord. Less hammer, if he wants to hit, let him do it himself, damn it, just let us be cannon fodder. What kind of battle is this? It's clearly a suicide attempt, okay. I'm not so stupid, I've been going to die like this all the time. When anger accumulates to a certain level, it will naturally explode. As for the others, there is no need to care about them at all, as long as you know them in your heart. Feelings can also slowly follow smoothly. Such feelings gradually become real. How so? What the hell? Cao man, the young master of Guangming God City, frowned, and his body trembled slightly as he spoke. At this moment, Ling Lai's eyes swept across the surroundings, and the whole person was in a state of complex complexion. This group of trash. How did you fight the battle? Zhang Kui. Zhang Kui. How the hell did you bring soldiers? You are the city guard you brought. A plate of loose sand. Waste. You can also be the captain of the city guard. You trash. Cao man tugged at one of the leading generals, then kicked him out as a way of venting. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3475. Yu Wengsu, who was on the side, saw that the situation was not good, and began to curl up early. It's better to hide it. After all, he was the one who instigated this matter. Originally, he wanted to persuade the young city lord to come over to support him, stand up for him, stand up for him. But when I got here, I found that this was not the case at all. Everything in front of him was beyond his imagination. In the depths of my heart, there was an inexplicable sense of panic and anxiety. In case the young city lord really retreats in defeat in the end, it will definitely be settled by Chiu Ho. Didn't all the calculations come to him? Wouldn't he be out of favor by then? At that time, how will he mess around in the bright God city? If the city lord finds out that it is because of him that the city guards have suffered thousands of elite damage, he will probably be killed by then. Gudong. Cold sweat gradually began to break out on Yu Wengsu's forehead. The more he thought about it, the more he looked like this, and the more he thought about it, the more frightened and uneasy he felt. So difficult. It's really difficult. As for Zhang Kui, the city guard captain who was kicked, he also looked aggrieved at the moment. Young city master, it's not like you didn't miss it just now, their weapons are too strong. It's like constantly projecting explosive thunderballs. And this thunder bead is very powerful. When a thunder bead comes down, there are basically no living things in a radius of tens of meters. Our battle formation is so dense, there is no way at all. Now that we have reached this point, there is no chance at all. It's over, it's completely over. I don't need to care about the other things that are there or not. I have never encountered such a weird enemy. Young city lord, let's run, with those people holding weird weapons, even if we have another 100,000 troops, it will be of no avail. Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, sighed, and then said it clearly. Can he still not know what's going on in the overall situation? Now is the time to recognize the reality. Run away. You let me run away. Ah. Impossible. How could this young master lose? Although those guys are weird, they are long-range attack units after all. As long as you get close, you can kill them. Do you really think this young master is blind? Just a dozen people. What is this? If you are really brave in combat, you can push it directly. After all, aren't you still trash? Ah. What an excuse. Hateful. Cao man gritted his teeth, his falcon's gaze fixed on Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, wishing he could chop him in half. He, Cao man, the young city lord of Guangming God City, has a father who is a demigod city lord. Shouldn't he be the most noble and strongest existence in the bright God City? What does he want? Who can refuse? Those beauties are right there, kill that bastard and it's all over. Why? Why? Cao man picked up the armor on the chest of Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, with a cold expression on his face, wishing to kill him directly. Young city master, it's useless for you to look at me like this. Even if you kill the last general, it will be useless. We can't rush through. As soon as we are approaching, my soldiers will suddenly slow down, and then their faces will start to itch. In the end, it will even turn into a pool of blood. There are even many people who died without a sound. In addition, they also have dragon knights and various powerful pets to help out. How do we fight? Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, complained all over the sky, and his face was expressionless at the moment. That's it? Nothing. It is really difficult to fight a completely rhythmless battle. I even felt extremely impatient in my heart. Hateful. Don't make excuses for your cowardice and incompetence. Trash is trash. Holy One, all the Holy Ones go together. Concentrate superior forces and kill them directly. Don't hesitate. Kill the pest. Kill the hint. The roars gradually increased, and Cao man said angrily. Young city lord, that Fang Fan's battle pet is very strong. Especially that Keel whale, which is also a middle-level saint. Although I'm in the same realm as me in name, I'm no match for him at all. I think this keel whale can basically fight against several middle-level saints. Besides, there is also a middle-level saint over there. This, how to launch an attack. The city guards have lost their will to fight. We are going to withdraw. My subordinate advises the young city master, don't be so obsessed with it, just withdraw if you have to. Otherwise, there may not be such a good opportunity later. Well, that's it, let's end it. Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, gradually became calm, and then slowly began to make decisions. The city guards didn't want to continue wading through the muddy water. What do you mean? You made it clear to Master Ben. You were picked up by my father. Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, gritted his teeth, his eyes were full of murderous intent, and his mentality immediately collapsed as he spoke. The anger deep in his heart was bred to the extreme at this moment. It's literally. Young city lord, I will never forget the kindness of the city lord, and I naturally know it clearly in my heart. But that doesn't mean I need to accompany the young city lord on this road of no return. If I'm not mistaken, the deployment of the city guard this time is also because you have falsely passed on the meaning of the city lord, right? The Lord City Lord should not have issued a fixed order. If it's normal to help you suppress the place, then it's fine. But now it's broken, and my 10,000 man team is basically half crippled. So, I'm sorry, young city master. I'm going to withdraw my troops. Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, shrugged and gradually became rational as he spoke. This is considered a direct showdown. That's the thing, that's the situation. Basically it's pretty obvious. Withdrawal. Who gave your dog gall? Continue to hum me. Kill me. Bastard. Melee stuff. No retreat. You offended this young master, do you still want to hang out in the city of light? I kill you. Damn it. Cao Man's face was gloomy, and now he has no face anyway, this face has already been slapped to the ground. Everything has been terminated, nothing. The rest really doesn't matter. Whoosh. Whoosh whoosh. Suddenly, hundreds of city guard soldiers gathered beside Zhang Kui and directly faced the young city lord Cao Man. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3476. Each holding a weapon, it is already obvious what they want to express. Asshole. Rebel. Is this really about to rebel? Good, very good, excellent. Interesting. I'm really interesting. Major General, one of you counts as one. Kill them all. Cao Man cried out insanely, and directly assassinated him with a long sword. Stab. The constant flow of blood, the blood spurting out, inexplicably gives people a sense of infinite oppression in consciousness. Feel it a little bit, and the body and mind will tremble silently. Seeing several city guard soldiers fall in a pool of blood, the other city guard soldiers were naturally extremely resentful, but the one in front of them was the young city lord after all. Each of them hesitated, but they didn't dare to make a move. At this moment, they looked at Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army. Basically, some ideas have been locked. If Zhang Kui gives the order to fight back, I am afraid they will attack without hesitation. Enough. Click to the end. Otherwise, don't blame the last general for being ruthless. Walk. Anyone who attacks you again will be killed without mercy. What happened, the captain of this team will bear it for you. Zhang Kui, the captain of the city guard army, roared angrily, and a pair of sharp eyes swept across the surroundings. He didn't want to say anything else, and fell into an endless silence in silence. It feels so real. Asshole. Execution. Everyone is executed. Kill them for me. Kill them all. Cao Man had a gloomy face and roared crazily, but at this moment the remaining soldiers of the city guard left without looking back and did not stay at all. At this moment, only 100 people from the 34th Squadron of the Light Legion are still guarding him. The atmosphere in the audience seemed a little weird. At this moment, the melon-eating crowd watching from afar also followed suit, seeming a little clueless. What the hell is going on here? I don't understand, now I am getting more and more incomprehensible. The sense of bells and whistles gradually increased. The city guards withdrew and ran away. It seems that he has fallen out with that young city lord Cao Man. I'm going, how unpopular is this young master Cao Man? He actually forced him into such a state. Ghost knows what's going on, damn it, absolutely, it's amazing. Hee, I'm really convinced. Garbage, garbage. Just like that, nothing. I originally thought that the young city lord would be able to push through and kill Fang Fan. I didn't expect this Fang Fan to be so resistant, and he forcibly defeated the city guards. You don't even know how strong Fang Fan is, you don't know how big the gap is, it's nothing. It's over right away, it makes my blood boil, it's so frighteningly exciting. Hey. This young master Cao relied on his father as the city lord. These days, there have been many disasters for our bright God city. Now seeing him being crushed, I feel a little bit of happiness. How should I put it? I can only say that these are all human nature, anyway, that's how it is. Everyone, pay attention in the future, and take it easy when you meet this big brother Fang Fan in the future. The people eating melons are eating melons excitedly. This melon keeps sweetness, it is really sweet. Interesting, really interesting. Slowly, the body and mind became more relaxed. Small, young city lord, if you want, or else, forget it. We won't take revenge for now. 10 years is not too late for a gentleman to take revenge. If you keep the green hills, you don't have to worry about no firewood. Young city master, the situation is not very good now. Yu Wangsu walked over tremblingly waving his two missing hands, with a look of panic and anxiety on his face. At this moment, he wanted to retreat, and he couldn't go on like this. Problem occurs. The troops of the city guards had all run away, and Fang Fan's combat strength was basically not lost, which shows that something is already obvious. All collapsed. Not good. Ah. So what? What do you want to express? Snapped. Don't you look down on this young master too? Clap clap. Do you also think that this young master has been hit so hard that he can't control it? Dog. If you hadn't been chattering this time, I wouldn't have come here. Where did you go when the fight was the worst? Great for life and afraid of death. Let me die. When Cao Man saw Yu Wangsu, he felt ready to kill someone. This bastard has been entrapping him the whole time. If it weren't for this bastard who has been teasing him, he would never have reached this point. Cao Man held a sharp blade and slashed towards Yu Wangsu. Yu Wangsu was startled, and fled quickly. In fact, from the very beginning, he was already ready to escape at any time. I thought it would be fine for Cao Man to beat him a few times to vent his anger, but I didn't expect that he really wanted to kill him to vent his anger. The scene seemed particularly comical at one point. Looking at the picture in front of him, Fang Fan stepped forward jokingly, surrounded by 10 majestic legions. At the same time, in Fang Fan's storage ring, brand new cards and star cores are constantly popping up. These are all dropped by killing those city guard soldiers. This wave can only be said to be perfect. Basically what you want has been achieved. Boy Fang Fan, your whole cards are getting more and more. Why? This divine envoy can't keep up with your progress. Good guy, I haven't seen you for a few days, and it has become like this. Fang Fan, you must have something. Boy Fang Fan, class is amazing. Fang Fan boy, what are you going to do with this guy? Just hammer it to death. I'm not happy to see that pretense. Bai Piao's words increased again. Leading the way at the moment, while talking, the excitement on his face can't help but increase. The more he talks, the more excited he is. Fang Fan basically ignored Bai Piao's words. Nothing. That Cao man naturally also saw Fang Fan's arrival. What do you want to do? Cao man gritted his teeth, his complexion gradually became a little cold. Tan Xian squadron leader. What are you waiting for? Go. Kill. Kill Fang Fan. Kill him. Kill. Kill. Lead your 34th squadron and rush to me. Don't keep alive. You belong to the Legion of Light and are commanded by the Pope, he dare not do anything. Cao man's face was gloomy, and his complexion became more and more ugly. As he was talking at the moment, there was a murderous look in the circles of his eyes. He. Young city lord, don't worry. I'll help you out. Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 squadron of the Light Legion, shrugged his shoulders with an indifferent expression. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3477. Superior. Kill him. Leave no survivors. Who dares to stop? Kill without mercy. We are the 34th squadron of the Legion of Light of the Pope's personal guard. Who dares to be presumptuous? Tan Xian, the squadron leader of the 34th Squadron of the Bright Legion, stepped forward directly, and the combat power of the whole body exploded. With such a posture, there is indeed a crushing posture. After all, he was born in the Legion of Light, and he thinks he is superior to others. To a certain extent, he has already drifted to the extreme. At this moment, no one can look down on it. They didn't think that anyone would dare to attack them. They were equivalent to wearing yellow jackets on everyone. If anyone launched an attack, it would be contempt for the Pope and rebellion against the Pope. It has always been a bit excessive. Seeing this scene, Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy of Guangming Academy, who was fighting that jade blood sword Sun Fu in the air, his body subconsciously twitched, and at the same time, his breathing gradually became rapid. Problem occurs. After all, something went wrong. Why? I knew it. The group of city guards are fine against those local hooligans who bully men and women, but they are too bad to deal with Fang Fan. The city guards have withdrawn. The squadron of the Legion of Light is coming up. He. The Legion of Light is certainly elite, but what's the use of only 100-man team? Jade Blood Sword, go back and have a look. Don't fight. If you continue to fight, your young master will die on the spot. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy, wriggled his lips, and then he couldn't help but let out a soft sigh. His eyes gradually became erratic, and the meaning of leisurely sigh was more real now. At this moment, it really seemed a little out of control. The previous predictions may all come true one by one. Although the trash from the city guards ran away, the squadron of the Light Legion is still there. Ah! Do you students from the Guangming Academy dare to do anything to the people of the Guangming Legion? The Legion of Light represents the will of the Pope. Absolutely impossible. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu shook his head, and then a confident look appeared on his face. Is it? Perhaps in the eyes of others, this Bright Legion is indeed a strong deterrent, but in Fang Fan's eyes, isn't this a slightly stronger city guard? He is an existence that even dares to directly desecrate the Jurchen goddess of the Dark Camp. What do you think he cares about the majesty of the Pope? People don't even care about true gods. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy, rolled his eyes and couldn't help complaining. The thing is such a thing, the situation is such a situation, and it is even more real invisibly. It's perfect. That person who is said to have defiled the goddess of the Dark Camp and was wanted by the Dark Academy, is he. I always thought it was a joke. Could it be true? Presumptuous in front of the true God. His jade blood sword Sun Fu's body trembled, and his eyeballs rolled around at the moment, inexplicably startled. In all aspects, the feeling is very real. Are you sure you didn't lie to me? Sun Fu of Jade Blood Sword couldn't help but glance at Gao Songdao again. Gao Song. Am I lying to you about this kind of thing? Have you become a fool from practicing swords? Is this self-judgment ability gone? Hurry up and go down, it will be too late. Forget it, it's basically too late. Gao Song glanced down, then shook his head and said. 100 soldiers from the 34th Squadron of the Light Legion formed an all-array and strangled them directly. Led by Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Legion, the oppressive force seemed to be very strong. The soldiers of the 34th Squadron of the Light Legion are all in the 7-star Sanctuary and the 8-star Sanctuary realm. Team leaders are basically low-level saints. As for the squadron leader, he is actually a high-ranking saint. Strong, to the extreme. The name of the Legion of Light is indeed extraordinary. To some extent, they do have enough unruly confidence. As the Legion of Light built by gathering the resources of the entire Bright Camp, it is naturally extravagant to the extreme. A squadron of 100 people can even rival a team of 10,000 people, or even a Bronze Legion of 100,000 people. Keel Whale, you are in charge of leading the squadron leader of the high-ranking Saint Realm. Luo Hu, lead the Blood Shura Legion to perform Sura Unity. Those small captains of the low-level Holy Realm, you are round. God-killing Demon Legion, Titan Warrior Legion, Sky Dragon Knight Legion, Quick Battle. Goth Sanctuary Sharpshooter Legion, Precise Sniper. Within a minute, resolve the battle. Fang Fan shrugged indifferently, and then issued a battle order. Husband. This is the Legion of Light after all. Are you, really going to do it? Chu Ceci couldn't help but clench the blade in her hand, and there was a trace of hesitation in her beautiful eyes. This situation is not right. Isn't this a bit too explosive? If you are a little careless, there will be more involved. Killing the soldiers of the Legion of Light, isn't this slapping the face of the Pope? This Legion of Light is the personal guard of the Pope. That's right, brother Fang Fan, what President Chu said makes sense. It's better to be safe, be safe. This is a bit too much. Go directly to Dacian and listen. If His Majesty the Pope blames him, he will be finished. Brother Fang Fan, please, don't be impulsive. Then what, think twice before acting. Zhou Qiuyeo grabbed Fang Fan's arm and shook it slightly. While talking, he immediately clicked. At this moment, his eyebrows were raised, his thoughts were rushing, and his body twitched slightly. All kinds of thinking seemed particularly weird. What about the Pope's personal guard? I never took the initiative to attack them. I'm just passive self-defense. Could it be that the Pope's personal guards can do whatever they want? They attack me, and I can only stand still and be beaten by him? Until I am killed. It's okay to be in awe of the Pope, but such awe is weakness. Even if the Pope comes in person, he should still resist. The Pope wants to kill me, and I can kill him. Fang Fan smiled slightly, and what he said were all wise words. This sounds very refreshing, but it feels inexplicably trembling. Good guy. What a good guy. This has risen to the level of killing the Pope. Kisha and Zhuoqiuyao looked at each other and each swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Their minds are about to lose track. In their hearts, under the crown of the Pope, who is regarded as a god in their hearts. When they come to Fang Fan, it seems that they are also objects that can be disposed of at will. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3478. Hey! Fang Fan can even tear down and defile the goddess of the starry night. What is a pope? Bai Piao shrugged, and then said seriously. In all aspects, isn't that the case? The rest of those who are not, don't need to care about it at all. Just keep calm on this mentality. For it. This is too hardcore. But if Brother Fang Fan says you want to do it, then do it. Lock Brother Fang Fan's chariot. Just beat it. Gisha held the weapon in his hand and was ready to fight. I'm coming too. Hey. Damn it, I've long wanted to feel the taste of the bastards in the Legion of Light. Zhou Qiuyao nodded excitedly. The formation is unobstructed. Brother Fang Fan. You are from my Tiandao Society. As the president of Tiandao Society, I have the duty to stand with you. Last time I was thrown off the chariot, this time it won't happen. Sun Han, the president of Tiandao Society, strode forward, his fat body surged forward, which was very visually impactful. President, it's so itchy. Sure. Zhuo Qiuyao froze for a moment, then secretly gave a thumbs up. Fang Fan also looked slightly surprised. It seems that everyone is not as afraid of the Legion of Light as imagined. Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 squadron of the Bright Legion not far away, looked particularly ugly at the moment. Hateful. Didn't these bastards run away when they saw the Legion of Light in the past? How dare you resist now? Shouldn't the correct rhythm be to surrender immediately? Die. Kill. Kill the pest. Kill them all. Tan Xian, the leader of the number 34 squadron of the Bright Legion, felt that he needed to maintain the authority of the Bright Legion. As soon as he said that, his eyes were full of murderous intent. When the death declaration is in place, everything will come to an end. Everything will declare death. The end is also a full rebirth. Those who should come will come. Go. Come on. Kill them. Kill Fang Fan. This young city lord will never treat you badly. Cao Man swallowed his saliva and howled excitedly. Yu Wengsu, who was prostrate at his feet, suddenly rolled his body aside. The expression of horror on his face was beyond words. Something is wrong, really something is wrong. Maybe, there's really something wrong. The situation is a little bit broken. Careless. The Legion of Light is not afraid of this. The strongest of the Legion of Light is this name. Other than that, what can 100 people do? Before the tens of thousands of city guards were defeated, the 100 soldiers of the Bright Legion were nothing. I'm afraid it will be a more unmanageable mess later. I have to escape. Yu Wengsu gradually became calm. He thought he would be able to take revenge as he wished by motivating the young city lord Cao Man, but it was obvious that he was thinking too much. This Fang Fan showed organizational skills and command talents that were different from ordinary people. All around him are brave warriors. And the weapons in their hands are even more varied. There is a high probability that the soldiers of the 100 Bright Legion are cold and will not be able to come back. By this time, the face or something has already been torn. There is no such thing that Fang Fan dare not do. He even dared to move the Legion of Light, so, then he can kill me at will. Even the young city lord has to cool down. Should I go up and remind the young city lord to run away quickly? Yu Wengsu glanced at Cao Man, who was watching the battle with his face turned red, and immediately dismissed the idea. This guy is still living in his own fantasy, and if he goes up to persuade him to escape now, I'm afraid he will only get a few big mouths. Why? Young city master, you are too self-willed. I will slip away first. Yu Wengsu glanced around secretly, then took advantage of the opportunity when everyone's attention was focused on the battle, and fled in a hurry. All the other bells and whistles are fake. It's true to save your life. The battle between the 34th Squadron of the Bright Legion and the top 10 2nd Legion under Fang Fan's command has officially begun. In fact, how to put it, in fact, the beginning is the end. Boom. Bang bang bang. The 12 sharpshooters of the Gothic Sanctuary Sharpshooter Legion held sniper rifles and fired the first shot. 12 deadly bullets surged out and pierced the body, and immediately, dripping blood mixed with white brain tissue flowed out. In an instant, the lives of 12 soldiers of the 34th Squadron of the Legion of Light were taken away. The Legion of Gothic Sanctuary Sharpshooters continued to attack. The sniper rifles in their hands can be fired in bursts, they only need to determine the target and snipe blindly. Such a little distance is nothing to them. For these 8-star peak Sanctuary Sharpshooters in Gothic Sanctuary, unless they are enemies of the Holy Realm, they are all headshots. Azura Unite. The leader of the Blood Azura Legion, Luohu, snorted secretly, and then the other 6 Blood Azuras quickly came to his side, and then gathered in his body. In an instant, the 7 Blood Shuras evolved into a super powerful ultimate body. They cast the Legion's exclusive skill Sura Unity, and their combat power instantly increased by 2 levels. The 8-star peak Sanctuary Realm rises to the middle level Saint Realm in seconds. Holding a sharpshooter knife, he began to slash and hack at the low-ranking Saint-level captains of the 34th Squadron of the Light Legion. Ah! Crazy, crazy. What kind of monster is that? How can they fit together? My God. I can't beat it, I can't beat it at all. Too horrible. Too horrible. We are members of the Legion of Light. How dare you, dare to be rude to us? Don't be stupid, people have shown their intentions with actions. Damn, run away. Most of them are destroyed, let's run away together. Grass, you got shot in the head at some point. On the ground, there was a pile of corpses. After Fang Fan's top 10 legions swept across the waves, the 100 soldiers of the 34th Squadron of the Bright Legion were basically killed more than half. The remaining dozen or so fled to a distance and began to tremble. As for Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Legion, he is fighting with the keel whale in a daze. Although he is a high-level saint, he really can't completely suppress the keel whale of the middle-level saint in a short time. His attack power is certainly stronger, but the defense power of the keel whale is really too strong, too strong. Between each other, there is no level of combat power at all. To put it bluntly, the difference is too much. Nothing. Feeling inexplicably tingling in the scalp. Thoughts gathered in my heart, I couldn't help but want to take a few breaths. The audience was silent. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3479. You, how dare you? My squadron, the squadron is basically wiped out. How can I explain this when I go back? I will definitely be dealt with by military law after I go back. Hateful. You are looking for death. You are looking for death. Don't you know that we belong to the Legion of Light? Tan Xianhong, the captain of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Legion, focused his attention, and his mentality immediately exploded. While roaring, he couldn't help roaring crazily. At this moment, the body keeps shaking, and the thoughts keep surging. Even if he returns to the Legion of Light this time, his future has basically been terminated. At this moment, the resentment in my heart has grown to the extreme. So, what does this have to do with me? You came to kill me first, and I killed you in self-defense. What's wrong with me? What's wrong is that you are so good that you insist on pretending. Fang Fan shrugged, and then said seriously. Tan Xian clenched his hands into fists, feeling an inexplicable urge to vomit blood at this moment. Grass. What else is going on? How to die? Go to hell. Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Army, was furious and launched an all-out attack instead. It's just that such an attack seems a bit far-fetched. Keel Whale can completely keep him out of the line of defense. Fang Fan continued to walk forward. Cao Man, the young lord of the Bright God City, was already frightened and angry. You are dead. Even if you dare to move the Legion of Light, you are already on the death list of the Pope. The adjudicator of the tribunal will send you to the 18th floor of hell. Her Majesty will tie you to the stake and burn you slowly. This is the fate you are about to face. Ha 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 ha. Do you think you've won? Actually lost. A complete defeat. Hee hee. You're still complacent here. Cao Man gritted his teeth, and then said with a surge of emotion. It seems that saying this can make him feel a little more comfortable in his heart. Aren't these things for later? Before that, I can kill you. Yellow Spring Road, you take a step first. Fang Fan nodded, smiling as before. Cao Man's face changed in an instant. At this moment, it suddenly changed from excited to red, and then pale. He felt the wave carefully and comprehensively, and found that it was really like this. This road has been terminated. What do you want? I am the young city lord, I am the young city lord of Guangming God City, and my father is the city lord Cao Tang. Don't kill me, it's easy to say something. Actually, it's not that I want to kill you, the culprit of all this is not me, it's really not me. Yes, it's you Wengsu. It's you Wengsu. Yes. It's him. This bastard is the bastard. Where are people? It was still under my feet just now. Now, where are people now? The dog is coming out. Don't let Ben Shao take the blame for you. You Wengsu. Dog. Cao Man ran around anxiously, only to see that Yu Wengsu had already fled far away. Looking at each other, Yu Wengsu stepped back a few steps again, and heaved a sigh of relief after feeling a safe distance. Young City Master, I still have something to do, so I'll leave first. Young City Lord, you must take care. Yu Wengsu yelled twice hypocritically, and then stood there without blinking to watch the fun. At the same time, I feel very happy in my heart. Almost ended directly. Fortunately, I finally survived. If he hadn't escaped in time, he might be pulled over by that young city lord now. If that's the case, it will really be completely destroyed. Damn thing. What the hell are you coming back? Cao Man wriggled his lips, he was about to cry now. Can you still play like this? Can you stop being so foolish? How can you play like this? Seeing Fang Fan getting closer, the cold sweat on Cao Man's forehead grew more and more. His calves were a little weak, and he kept swallowing his saliva, wanting to run but afraid of being stabbed. Jade Blood Sword, have you seen it? I've said it a long time ago, there is nothing Fang Fan dare not do. Why? Hurry up, but you still miss it after all. The 34th Squadron of the Legion of Light is basically wiped out. Something has happened. Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy of Guangming Academy, smiled wryly, and couldn't help shaking his head at the moment. How can I say this time? A squadron of the Guangming Academy was destroyed before the Guangming Academy, and this event would most likely alarm the Temple of the Bright Alliance. The Judgment Office of the Temple of the Alliance of Light will definitely conduct a comprehensive investigation into this matter, and even His Holiness the Pope will personally intervene. When the time comes when the adjudication office comes to ask for someone, what can Guangming Academy do? Hand over Fang Fan? Is it possible? His master is undead mentor Tai Shuji, who dared to single out demigods when he was in the high-level holy state, but now that he has been promoted to the ultimate holy state, his combat power is naturally stronger. Not a demigod, better than a demigod. And that deputy palace master Shui Wanren. Fang Fan is Shui Wanren's son-in-law Qinglongquei. How could he send his son-in-law Qinglongquei to the road of no return? These are all questions that need to be fully clarified. This is too difficult. Brains, buzzing. For the rest, it's no fun. Now, I believe. If I hadn't returned in time, would he have wanted to kill the young city lord just now? A newborn calf is not afraid of a tiger. This son is extraordinary. Who the hell cultivated this little monster? Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu gasped, and couldn't help but exclaim in his heart at this moment. For it. He is Tai Shiji's disciple. Gao Song shrugged and said calmly. Uncle Ji. Undead Yan Luo. It's him. Grass. No wonder. A big monster with a little monster. What the hell am I? Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword shrank his neck, his body trembling slightly. Hearing the name Tai Shuja at this moment seemed a little frightened and disturbed. Obviously, he had dealt with Tai Shuja before, and some unpleasant things might even have happened. 4B. It's great that you're back, Uncle Fu. Quick, kill him quickly. Fubo, this bastard wants to kill me. He must be killed. This is the only way to vent the hatred in my heart. Fubo, what are you waiting for? Hurry up, hurry up. Hurry up and kill him. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. 4B. Quick. When Cao Man saw the return of the Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu, his face immediately became happy, and he felt that he still had the last chance to fight back. Immediately, he quickly tried to call out, but Sun Fu seemed to be hesitant in this wave of Jade Blood Sword, and his steps were even more slow. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3480. Because Fang Fan is Tai Shiji's disciple. In the past, when Tai Shiji was in the high-level saint realm, he couldn't beat. Now it is said that Tai Shiji has been promoted to the supreme saint realm, and he has the same cultivation level as him. If this really moves his disciples, according to Tai Shiji's temperament, why not chase him for 100,000 miles? These problems are here, and it is definitely not realistic to say that you don't care at all. It's clear, it's true. What to do next? I have to talk about a charter. If you are not careful, you may fill in yourself. Young city master, I will escort you away. Let's forget it, don't make trouble. Your city lord knows, it's time to punish you again. You are the young city lord of Guangming God City, you must pay attention to the influence, and don't get emotional. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu nodded, and then spoke sincerely. Cao Man. What's the situation? Labor and management have nothing to do now, and they are counting on you to turn things around for labor and management. Are you telling me this stuff now? What on earth are you thinking? 4B. What nonsense are you talking about? Fang Fan killed thousands of soldiers in our city guard. Now even the 34th Squadron of the Legion of Light sent by the Pope to protect my father has been slaughtered. Such an executioner must not live. Put him down. He must be killed directly. With this major premise, everything else doesn't matter. This matter must be understood. 4B. Don't let me drop the chain. You are the guest of my CAO family. Humph. Don't forget that it was my father who saved you. Now it's your turn to repay the favor. Hurry up. Quick. Don't blot. Hateful. Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, was grinding his teeth, his eyes gradually turned blood red, and he began to roar hoarsely. He needs to fully suppress the consciousness of Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu. Otherwise, I'm afraid this guy will really retreat. Snort. How can this work? This matter is not negotiable. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu's face is numb at the moment. Why are you forcing him to? If Fang Fan in front of him was an ordinary person, wouldn't he have made a move long ago? The key now is that this is not an ordinary person. If you do it now, something will happen. Really can't see the overall throbbing of the situation? That's it? Nothing. Are you the apprentice of Yan Luo, the undead? Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu stepped forward and said to Fang Fan. Fang Fan froze for a moment, feeling a little inexplicable. What? For a while, Fang Fan was a little unresponsive. The undead Yan Luo is Tai Shuji. He asked if you were Tai Shuji's disciple. Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy, translated from the side. Oh. Is such that? My master is Grand Uncle Ji. Fang Fan nodded, and there was nothing to think about. The relationship between me and your master is complicated. For your master's sake, I won't kill you today. Come here and apologize to the young city lord, give him a step down, let's forget about today's matter. How do you say this kind of thing, anyway? It's not easy to say. Cough. I mean, you should know. After all, he is the young city lord. In Guangming God City, offending him is of no benefit after all. So there are still benefits to reconciliation. What I mean, you should be able to understand. Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword groaned, and then began to make side attacks. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, expressionless. At this moment, even Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy, looked at Fang Fan expectantly. It would be great if this matter could be resolved peacefully, so as not to cause those bells and whistles. This wave is really too difficult. Inexplicably, I feel like my brain is buzzing. It's not easy to do, and I can't stabilize my mentality. Gradually, the feeling became more appropriate. Reconciliation is not impossible. Fang Fan nodded and shrugged. Call. Student Fang Fan, it's really great that you can think about it. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy, trembled and instantly felt relieved. Don't keep messing around, let's just be peaceful, how nice. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu also nodded with satisfaction. Children can be taught. After all, he is a young man, so he is not so crazy. If the old guy Tai Shuja was around, there would be no way to compromise, and it would be nice not to fight bloody battles with you to the end. Relatively speaking, the heart is really quite comfortable. Then you should admit your mistake and apologize. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu nodded, deeply convinced. Your Excellency must have made a mistake. The condition of the reconciliation I said is that he kowtows on the ground to admit his mistakes, and then cuts off his arms. I can look at Dean Gao Song's face and spare his life. Fang Fan nodded, smiling as before. That madness, crazy to the extreme. With one word, block all directions. I go. This is the boy Fang Fan I know. Just now I almost thought this kid was really going to give up. Fortunately, I can control the scale in the end. Tisk, it scared me. Don't be afraid, just do it. Going up is pounding. Bai Biao rubbed his hands excitedly, then said excitedly. This guy flew up watching the excitement. The more I look at it, the more excited I am, the more I look at it, the more I look at it, the more I look at it, the more excited I am. In a few words, the feeling is particularly real. Everything is the most real appearance. Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy, and Sun Fu, Jade Blood Sword, were all stunned on the spot. Gao Song sighed silently. Why? It's too early to be happy in the end. 2. It's never been Fang Fan's temperament to admit love. Hey, it's too difficult. This Fang Fan is actually more stubborn and crazy than his master. This matter is destined to not be good. I don't know how far it will evolve later. Difficult to go to the blue sky. This gaudy feeling, so strong. Anyway, don't make trouble to the point of life and death. Whether the young city lord Cao man died on the spot or something happened to Fang Fan's student, there will be no rest in the future. Gao Song swallowed a mouthful of saliva, appearing to be more or less timid. That's the thing, that's the situation. We must hold on, and even more so. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu has black lines all over his head at the moment. No need to test, this is definitely Tai Shuji's apprentice. Oh shit. This temperament, exactly the same, does not change. So proud. After beheading thousands of city guards and destroying a squadron of the Legion of Light, now the city lord has to kowtow to admit his mistake and cut off his arms. Who can agree to this request? It's better than stabbing yourself to death with a sword. The Jade Blood Sword, Sun Fu, looked embarrassed, and got stuck there, not knowing how to work.